Yeah.
Well done tonight. How impressive were you with that response after what happened in game one? We really needed to show something in terms of response, and you did that as well as you could have imagined, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, it's our best game of the season, really. It's we responded in a big way, and we knew that we had to because we didn't really play Flyers basketball up in Townsville, and but to come out and respond like that, it's pretty impressive. But we know that the job's not done yet, and we've got to go up to Townsville, which is going to be tough up there.
What did you like best about the performance tonight? There was a lot to like. What stood out for you?
I think just staying in the moment was the biggest thing. Just staying in the moment, something that I've spoken about all season, just not getting flustered, with calls, not getting flustered with, the pressure they put on us or any physicality. We just stayed in the moment, and, it was really important for us to do that. And I think, Kayla had a huge game for us, and then when Rocci's aggressive for us, it makes a huge difference, and I think it's snowball effect after that, and everybody else just followed, and being on your home court makes a huge difference too. It's it's one thing why you always want to finish on top like Townsville did or Perth do, because that home court advantage makes a huge difference, and but just I think staying in the moment, staying aggressive, to have 35 assists and only 10 turnovers, I think that's the best we've ever done all season.
And Maddy, did you make it a big focus on yourself to have a big tonight? I mean, 11 assists without a turnover is rare territory for a point guard, as well as 23 points as well. What was your sort of mentality coming into tonight?
For me personally, I think obviously I go back and I watch a lot of my games, and I like to watch how they defend me and how we can get better as a team. And I think tonight I knew that I had to be aggressive. I knew I had to stay in the moment and stay focused, because a lot of times this season I think that when I'm not focused and I'm not in the moment, it probably affects the whole team. So for me personally, it was just about doing that, but also setting the tempo from the beginning of the game, because we knew the start of the game was going to be super important for us. So to set that tempo, to be aggressive, and to find my open teammates was something that I would definitely want to do tonight.
And with yourself directing the traffic, you guys had 35 assists and 35 assists from 45 field goal makes. Hardly any turnovers, as Kristi alluded to. Those are sort of NBA 48-minute sort of numbers. How impressed are you when you sort of look at the box score and see those sort of numbers as a team?
Is it me or Kristi? It's super impressive. I think that we've been hyping on it all season, is that when we're at our best basketball, it's when we move the ball and when we can play in transition, when we can get out in the break and we find the open man. I think we definitely did that well tonight. Like Kristi said, it was our best game of the season. We knew it was do or die for us, so to come out and to have that performance and to play the way we did and to have 35 assists and only the 10 turnovers, that's something that we definitely need to do as a group tonight to get the win.
Yeah, I think so. I think, it's definitely I think it's definitely the hardest stadium to play at for so many reasons. And I think, their crowd is, they've had a massive following for so many years. And even when I played up there, 10, 11, 12 years ago, it was hard to play at. So it's definitely a hard stadium to play at. But, it does give you belief and confidence that if we can stay in the moment and be aggressive and, and I think the biggest thing is making sure that we don't let what happened the other night, that first quarter, if we can stay close, be in front, whatever, like it's can be anybody's ball game up there for game 3.
Thanks, that's all from me, guys. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. We'll now host through to Paul from Shooting the Breeze podcast.
Kristi, it really was a tale of two teams for you over the last couple of games. You guys came out hard from the jump with a lot of pressure on Townsville and didn't let up. What happened between the last game and this game?
A long review session, a very long review session, and I think, like I said, being on your home court makes a huge difference. I think we played pretty well here, But I think the biggest thing for us is we haven't put many 40-minute games together this year. And I think when we do, we show that we can play with the best. And I think tonight we knew, as Rocci said, we knew that it was do or die for us. But I think staying aggressive and staying positive and, like I said, staying in that moment for 40 minutes made a huge difference. But, you know, they embarrassed us in that first quarter, in that second quarter when they went on the 17-0 run and the 16-0 run, and we just knew that we had to make some adjustments. And sometimes with athletes, sometimes it just comes down to the mindset and the scoreboard pressure, you know, and I think when you can put scoreboard pressure on any team in this league, it makes a big difference. And but I think they did it to us up there, and we panicked. And then today, not saying they panicked, but like I'm not going to talk about Townsville, but I think that scoreboard pressure makes a big difference when you can put it on there.
You just said that you did put together a four-quarter effort. And you've mentioned a few times across the season that necessarily hasn't been happening. So what's the mindset you've got to take into this last game of the series to be able to make sure that you get that 40 minutes?
Well, I think the biggest thing is like you actually can't go in with it. You can go in with the same mindset that we had today, but you're on their floor now, and so you need to make sure that understand that it's both teams are going to war on Sunday. You know, both teams are. It's game 3. It's do or die, and both teams are going to put everything on that floor for 40 minutes and try and get that win. And I expected it, and I do expect it to be a war, and hopefully it's a great spectators game for people to watch, and people are sitting on the edge of their seats. But I think the biggest thing is they'll go away now and make adjustments, and we'll probably try and keep doing the same thing, go away and make adjustments. But it's coming in with that mindset of belief and confidence that we can try and get it done up there.
Maddy, third quarter, which is really where Southside managed to get a big break on Townsville. You grabbed that quarter by the throat and made it your own, doing it at both ends. Was that your game plan going into the third quarter, or is it just how it all developed for you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was my game plan going into the third quarter. I think that when we were in the locker room, we just spoke about not letting up and not letting Townsville back into the game, and it's a 0-0 score. So to come out in the third quarter, we've known this season that we probably haven't had the greatest third quarters, and I think that in a semi-final series, a do or die one especially, you have to come out with the same mindset. And I just kept being aggressive, and I think that, obviously the game opened up a little bit, but it wasn't, my mindset to do that. I think that it just helped that we were getting stops on defence, and it was definitely flowing into our offence.
And from your perspective on the floor, how did you see the way the Townsville game was developing, particularly the way they really weren't responding to the way you guys were slicing through their defence?
Yeah, I mean, Townsville still scored, 89 points, and I think that there was moments that they were coming at us, but I think that we found ways as a group to stay together and to keep executing our offense, and that was something that was massive for us tonight. To be able to execute our offense, to be able to get ball movement, to find the open man, to then get stops on defense, I think that definitely helped us, and I think that Townsville did make runs and they did make shots, and I think that we just stayed together as a group, and that definitely helped.
And finally, Maddy, how critical was Kayla to anchoring the effort?
Yeah, she was huge for us tonight. Obviously, we know the type of player that Kayla is and the experience that she brings and everything that she brings to the game. She's sitting at second all-time WNBL player for a reason in the games played, and I think that when Kayla's aggressive, it helps us a lot, and teams obviously have to defend her, and I think when she shoots the way she does and she rebounds and everything that she does for the team, she's just her leadership that she brings on the court, her feistiness at times, I think that it definitely helps our group. So to have her come out and to play the way she did tonight definitely set the tempo for us, and she was massive.
Yeah, and finally, the way Kayla handled that interview at the end of the game with both of you, is this kind of really telegraphing the way she's going to be going into the next game?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just spoke about the disrespect that we've had as a playing group, and I think that, you know, going in as an underdog, it actually probably is better sometimes, and we as a group probably don't, we listen to the outside noise, but to have what they have to say and to have the disrespect to tell us that we're just making up numbers or that it's going to be a Perth Townsville grand final, I think that just shows that the people are talking, and I think going into the next game, obviously, it fires you up even more. I mean, for me personally, to hear what people have to say and to listen to commentary and to listen to all of that stuff, it definitely did put a lot of fire into me tonight, and I think it was the exact same for Kayla. And yeah, the way she spoke, obviously, it's just we know now that going into Townsville, it's going to be 0-0 again, and it's going to be the team that throws the first punch and the team that's going to put 40 minutes of effort in.
Great. Thanks. That's it for me.
That's everyone from the Zoom call.
Thanks, guys. I'm not sure if there's any journalists in the room because I'm just looking at your lovely faces. So if there are, please let me know and we'll
left it.
throw to them.
Always good. If we have
We're good.
you guys,
Thank
We're
you.
good.
we appreciate your time.
Thank you.